What's up, guys? Welcome back to another action-packed episode here on AC Designs Garage, and today I'm going to help you solve an age-old problem that a lot of you guys have faced and a lot of you guys are going to face. You just don't know it yet. So let's get at it. Alrighty, guys, hope you don't mind the racket. It's 100 degrees outside and hotter than all get out. I'm going to run the window unit, so sorry about the noise, but I'll just try to talk louder. So today what we're going to deal with, runs. I just barely skunked the top up some 25 so it'd show up better, but tell you what, guys, it's hard to make runs when you're trying to. Now, if I wasn't trying to make runs on a panel, I'd probably have them running everywhere, but I tried yesterday just to run the mess out of this. I got two sags on it. I'll show you one of them. I'm only going to correct one of them just to show you how to do it the way I do it. Don't know if that's the correct way, but that's my way. But anyhow, let's take a gander at them. This is a good old I think it's a 98 Chevrolet pick 'em up truck fender, and just a little spray out fender. Got a saggy sag over here. We may save that for later, how to fix sags, because they are a different animal. They've got more material like up in here, so it's like a whole extra level. Where it runs, your high spots basically got to take out. So we'll do this one like this, and I'll save this. I'll chunk it outside and save it for later. We used the vice grip clear on this. I just did turbo flat black vice grip clear over it and tried to run it, and me and Pa was standing out here yesterday and I was showing him. I was like, man, of course it was super hot outside. I was trying to run this stuff and I could not run it. I had to basically dip my stir stick in the cup and stand this thing up and drip it on it to get it to run. I don't know, I hammered it on here to get this to run. I mean, hammered it, and finally it started running. I took a little air and blew it. So anyhow, don't try to make runs, guys, because it's harder than you think. So what we're going to use to attack this, now you got to figure runs as high spots. Wow, look at this, is all one big high spot. All this right here is higher than this level. So basically what we're going to try to do is cut it down, get this level down first, the run down closer, because if you try to just sand over top of it, you're going to be sanding this, but also you're going to be sanding this, and you can get some little whoop-de-doopties and whoop-de-doos and all that good stuff in it. So I'm going to show you like a 3-step process. What we're going to be using is, I got some 600. We're not going to go hog wild. We ain't going to hog down on with 600. I got 600 wet, I got 2,000 wet, and I got 2,500 wet, and we're going to buff it. I'm going to show you, try to make it look like disappear. I hammered so much clear, I don't know what it's going to look like underneath it. And this is key, brand new razor blades. You'll probably need a couple of these. These new razor blades won't cut hot butter hardly. They'll dull. If you cut butter with them, they'll dull. I don't know why. We used to use blades 20 years ago. I know I sound like an old person because I am. But 25 years ago, the blades, you could use them forever. Now you can cut halfway through a piece of paper and they dull as all get out. So let's get everything set up, and I'm going to show you the first steps and stuff like that, and we'll get this thing knocked out real quick because it's still hot even with the window unit on. So here we go. All right, besides the old sandpaper, like I said, we're gonna have roller tape, good old 3M mask. I'm gonna list all the links below to everything I'm using in this video. I make a very small percentage off qualified purchases at no additional cost to you guys, and I make a very wee little bit. Anyhow, I'm gonna link everything down there so you guys can find it, so you ain't gotta search all over the old interwebs. So some good old Body Shop 3M tape, some brand R new razor blades. I like these pretty firm Durablocks, and also today I'm going to be using, I've had these for a long time, Bryce from Big Kid Blocks. He used to, if you ever watched Dave Kendig and paint all them cars back in the day, Bryce used to be one of the body men and stuff out there, and the painter and all that stuff, does a rad job. Well, he's started this company a while back. I bought a set of their blocks. I like them. They're acrylic. They're good and hard. I've got, a full set of them. I really like them. But today we're going to be using it because a good way to cut down these areas, you can get sheets of acrylic, make your own. You can take paint sticks and cut them down, wrap them. You just need a firm surface and a hard surface, that because we'll block across this after I'll show you the little trick, and it's only going to touch the high spots. If these here can flex a little bit, but they will work. But you want something that's not going to flex, so it's just riding on these peaks right here, and we're just going to cut it down. It's kind of like if you was cutting a mountain down with a bulldozer. I know I've got weird analogies. So you got this big old mountain, you're gonna cut off the top, you're gonna keep working your way down till you get close to flat, then you're gonna grade it good and flat. Well, this is the same way we're gonna do this. We're gonna take the old D9 dozer and we're gonna cut these mountains down till they get close to the level surface down here, and then we're gonna really block the whole area down good and flat, then we're gonna buff it. So anyhow, get you a good firm block. Like I said, a set of these Big Kid blocks, they got some rad stuff. I'll link his stuff. I'm not sponsored. I paid full price for this stuff. I just like quality stuff, and I use it. But you want a good firm to start with. You want a good firm. Now towards the end we can use the softer one. So what we're going to do, we're going to start out with the old razor blade. And you're like, oh my goodness, he's going to use a razor blade on shiny black paint. Yes, I am. This razor blade is going to be like the blade on the front of the D9 dozer. You got a big wide blade where you're not going to want to scratch that whole area. So what we're going to do is we're going to make kind of like a guard here. We're going to leave about a 1/4 inch width of the blade exposed, and then we're going to cover the rest of this. It's kind of like a guide, because you don't want it digging out here on the edges, because if you rock your blade a little bit, you'll dig gullies and everything else. So, and do the other side the same. And basically it just leaves you all it's going to be cutting is right there in the middle, and it ain't going to cut all the way down. So leave about like that, because like I said, these corners here, if you rock your blade when you're doing this, you can make a mess. So we're going to take this thing and, just like I said, wrap it around one time like that. You got a guard. Take your other razor blade, or if you got some scissors. Man, it's hot in here. I'll be glad when it gets fall time. I don't even mind winter. So find that edge. Let's cut that off. Cut the excess off right there. All right, save that blade because we're going to use it. And now we're going to use it as a motor grader. And you're not going to cut towards the run like this. You're going to drag it. So we're going to scrape is what we're going to do. Don't go this way, because you do, you'll be getting all goofy like that, cutting it all up. So you want to drag it. So here we go. I'm going to show you. So we're going to start right here on this one. And we're just going to drag towards you. Actually, I'm going to take a layer of this off. I got it too thick. Let's redo this. We just need really one layer over top of the blade. It's spacing it off too far. Sometimes if you got big old tall runs, these are pretty flat. We just need one layer. We'll leave this one. That's one layer there, and I'll put one layer on the other side. Cut the shorty off here. There we go. Just one layer over the blade edge there, because these runs ain't near as tall. All right, lean it towards you like that, and just drag it over the run. Yep, I gotta hold this. And if you notice, all it's hitting is the high spots here. And by putting this tape on there, see, I'm not cutting over here nothing. All it's hitting is the bad spot here, to keep your blade laying down like this. If it stops cutting or anything, you notice it's stopping cutting, get you a new blade. But already you about don't feel it. This right here is your saving grace on this. Like I said, it's your guide. Just keep going to different angles. And like I said, once it gets to run off here, it'll stop cutting, because see over here, it ain't doing nothing. Just a little trick here. I ain't gonna charge you guys any extra for. Down there on the ends, you usually gotta work them a little bit, because they got the big boo-boo down there where the run was. And if you want to go the other way, you can go the other way. Just lean towards the direction you're going, because I'm picking up. I saw some guys smear like a glaze on here. There's probably nothing wrong with that. That just looks like another step that I don't think you need to do. But hey, whatever works for you guys. You know, if you try this and you don't like it, try the other way. Just you want to make this fun, as enjoyable as you can, because once you learn how to fix this stuff, that's the big deal, guys. Learning how to fix your boo-boos is what makes you a good body man. Like I said, always lean towards the direction you're going. We won't have to sand near as much. I don't even know if I'm gonna need the 600. If I can get this skunt down right here. It's just taking a little bit at a time. Now you notice it's starting to get down in the peel here. That's when you stop using the blade, because we've already got this down pretty close. Now I'll show you without this. You can do it without the guard. If you've done this enough, a lot of times I won't put tape on it. But if you look, See, it's cutting all the way out here on these edges to where that other one wasn't. And you gotta stay on top of yourself because you can make a mess if you don't watch it. So we're gonna go back to this one. Like I said, always lean towards the direction you're going. Or you're scraping, you're not digging. Look at that, guys. That run right there is mighty near gone. Right, now we're gonna do this one here on this end. And notice how with that blade protected, it's only hitting the high spots. We're not getting none out here. And we always do this dry so you can see your runs and know when to stop scraping. These are down here on the ends, they're a pain. Like I said, you can do it this way. You just got to be careful to keep your blade good and flat. I was going to cut the top off of that. Don't want to put no big old gouges in it. But the flatter you get this plane down here, the easier it's going to be when it comes to blocking. Alright, by God or whoop, these little ends, they'll try your nerves a little bit. Just be patient with it. Like I said, we're not trying to get it totally flat with this. Now there's a little area, it must have bubbled up where it was so thick there. We'll see if we can get that out. I think I put enough clear on to cut it out. We'll see what it does. You know, if you get a place like this that won't buff out, you can just mix up a little clear if you're using like the Vice Grip garage clear stuff. So where you can just mix up a little bit, you can dab a little bit in top of it and then let it dry the next day and cut it off and buff it and it'll disappear. A lot of times when you get it as thick as I did trying to make a run, it'll kind of solvent pop real bad. We'll see how it blocks out. This nut here is looking about the same. It got a lot of bubbles in the runs. On a normal run, you're not going to end up with stuff like this. That may have been where I touched it with the stick, the stir stick, when I was applying it. And I kind of do like I'm sanding. I kind of go across it at different angles. But drop down in the comments below, you guys have never seen this process. Would you ever imagine putting a razor blade to a fresh paint job here? Show you how good this Vice Grip garage clear, and I'm not sponsored by them either. I bought all this my own moolah. But this was painted yesterday at about 2 or 3 o'clock, and it's about 1 o'clock the next day. So it's well, guys, that's about what we're looking for. So right there is about the stage you want to be at. It's not perfectly flat because you see these are low spots. Them shiny spots, those are low spots. You can see the orange peel and stuff. I tell you guys, you can spray this stuff slick. I was just drilling it, trying to get a bunch of runs on it. But yeah, that's about where you want to be at the razor blades. Now we're going to jump down in here and I'm going to grab the 600. We're going to put it on the big kid block or your firm block. I'll tell you something, guys, it really makes a nice sanding block. Is go to your big box store. I go to Lowe's. I got one near me. They got them yardsticks 3 foot long at about 3/16 thick, probably 1.5 inches wide. You can cut them into short, stack them up. I'll run tape around them. Man, they make perfect sanding blocks for like good flat. If you need it firmer to keep from bending, stack a nut on top, tape it up, and I just wrap paper around it. But I got these big kid blocks. I'm gonna show you what a good quality block would do. It is nice to work with better stuff like that. All right, I'm gonna take this, and I'm just gonna fold it around like this right here, and just kind of hold pressure on it. And we're basically just gonna try to block this pretty flat. We're gonna do it in like our X patterns like that. We'll just keep it damp. There's no soap in this. You can't put Dawn dish soap in it. We're just gonna try to, basically we're trying to get the area leveled out now. Like I said, we're not cutting and buffing this whole fender to make it look like a show car. I'm just wanting to show you how to get rid of these. So I'll get a good area that we can buff and make it look good. This good flat block is gonna cut this thing dead flat. I got this little comfort handle here you can grab it. Yeah, you just hold, you ain't got to hog down on it, just kind of work this area. Because you don't want to get too deep of scratches. I wish I had some 800 grit, probably what I'd use, but I don't have any. I need to restock my sandpaper. All right, let's take a gander at it real quick. I'll wipe her off and squeeze it off and see where we're at. Here's our good old motor guard blocks we use all the time. I use them as squeegee sometimes. Use the firm side over there. Take a look there how she is. Get my air hose and blow it off. I will say, guys, that's looking pretty good. Check that out. That quick, it's already that flat. There's a little boo-boo here. We may try to get that out just a little bit more. You don't want to go to your final height, if you want to say. You know, if the mountain's here, we've cut about 3/4 of the mountain away. As we start chopping the mountain down, we want to start going up higher and higher and higher in the grit. So it just, you know, 600 is going to flatten it, 1,000 is going to take the 600 grit scratches out, 2,500 is going to take the 2,000 grit scratches out, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? It gets higher as you go down, so you can buff it out. Anyway, at this area, I don't know if this one's going to come out. We can try. This is a good thing to try, guys. Get you a scrap panel or something. Probably go to body shop, somebody will give you one that's messed up back here like this one is. Get you a scrap panel and do this and try it, and if you booger this one up, you ain't out nothing. You just add a little bit of material and time. So this is a good way to learn instead of learning on your first project. So we're gonna wet this area here, because that's what I'm gonna do. We'll come back with the 600 on the big kid block. Like I said, any firm block will work good. We're cutting at an angle. I don't know if this one down here will cut out or not. Let's get this little area here flat, because that is all we're gonna try to buff. Yeah, that's pretty deep. I don't think we're even trying to get that. I think I must have bumped it. The fender did fall off the stand while it was wet. That could have been what that was. I'm gonna run over this. That feels pretty good. I think we're gonna whoa on that. We'll just take our sandpaper off and wipe our block off and set it over there to dry. Put our sandpaper back in the water. All right, guys, now we're gonna jump up to the 1,000 and run over the same area. We may go a little bit bigger. And I'm just gonna roll this one over like that and kind of hold it. We'll just keep moving. You can move this around on here when it runs out like that. Just keep moving your block around. So get her wetted up. And now we're on 1,000, and what we're doing now, we should be done shaping. You should have everything at the shape you want it. Now we're just trying to get them 600 scratches out. Cross hatching it here. I say you do have to be careful, like on anytime there's a radius, that is, anytime it rolls like this here is going to be thinner than down in the ditches and the crevasses, because Naturally, water's going to roll off a hill, so clear does the same thing. All right, we've done this first round. I usually go over it a couple times with this one, with the hard flat block to get it good and flat like this. Then we'll go back to the softer blocks. That way we don't dig and cut through or nothing. Because the all thing you need the harder blocks for is to get your shape. Once your shape is there, you should be good. I don't know why I'm going all the way over here on this thing here. I said I wasn't going to do that. All right, I'm going to change blocks out now. We're going to drop down to the medium hard, if you want to call it. We're going to wash it off here. With the razor blade. Definitely don't want that on there anymore. We're done razor blading. All right, the Dura block. I love these blocks. These things are good all-around blocks. You can do this with it, but that hard flat block cuts it quick, cuts it flat. Now, we're just letting the sandpaper do its job. I'm not pushing down real hard. That booger on there. There's skating under there. Like a zinger. Go over this a little bit, then we'll go up to the 25. Alright guys, GoPro decided to wimp out on me here. Hey, if I can take the heat, you should be able to take the heat. Alright, would you take a gander at that? That thing is smoother than a baby's hiney. Now that's at 1,000 grit. These places here, we're not going to be able to get out. I'll tell you how to fix them very easily. You just come in here with some 600 in that area right there and right there. Mix you up a little of that Bi-Script Garage Clear with the hardener in it, and take you a toothpick or razor blade and just dab, 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 dab. Do a couple dabs, build up a little heel in there. Wait a day or two, come back, do the same thing you done here, cut it off. As long as you don't cut through too far, you'll be good to go and you'll never notice it. So now we're going to jump up to the motor guard block, which is the softer block on the 2500, and we're going to get this area here ready to polish. All right, regular old water here, got our 2500. And what I do when I don't use this paper much, I'll hang it over a wire or something like that, let these dry out. And you can reuse them because this stuff ain't cheap, guys. As long as it ain't got no grease or dirt on them, you can keep reusing. So we're going to go probably just a hair further out than we did with the last one. Just keep getting bigger, kind of feathering it out is what we're doing. Same way, guys, you don't have to hog on it. Just do your little X pattern thing here. Like even with this softer block here, when I get up these edges to raise it rolls up, I just kind of roll the block up a little bit and just kind of pull it at an angle down in that crevasse right there. And you can feel it in the block. Once it gets slick, it just glides, but if you hit any of that orange peel, it feels like a rough road. But now we have graded this mountaintop down to the prairies here, down to the flattest part of the road here. Now while we're doing this, guys, please don't forget to pray for them people down in Texas where the floods was. I'll have the links to places, reputable places that you can help out. Also Western North Carolina where I live, there's a lot still going on up there. It's still bad shape. I got links to that up there, so if you can afford it, if you want to help out, that's a good way to do it. If you can't, pray for them, because that's just as important or more important. Getting pretty close. We're going to give her a gander here in a minute. You should start seeing a slight sheen to it where it kind of has a little reflection. So keep all this good and wet and all the clear sludge rinsed off. If you're seeing white sludge on a black fender, you're good to go, because that's just your clear. If you start seeing black sludge, then you've gone too far. And then you get to sand this and practice all over again. Sand it and repaint it. Alright guys, we're going to check that out real quick. Like I said, you can use your motor guard block here to do a little squeegee in. Blow her off, see how she is. It's about ready to buff there, guys. We'll see. Yeah, you can start see the light reflection in there, the actual light. That's when you know she's about ready to buff. Would you ever believe there's a big old nasty man-made run in that? Alright, we're gonna get out of this agua right here. I don't want to stand in it with the electric buffer, and I'll go over here and show you what we're using. Same thing we always use. Alrighty, we're about on the home stretch here, guys. And if you watch the channel any, y'all know what I like to use. This is the good old Harbor Freight Bauer DA buffer. It's part number 1918E/B. This thing is a great DA polisher buffer. See the right here, it does the random orbit, so it's doing circles as it's doing a circle, so it's like a double circle if you want to think about it. Anyway, this is 6-inch. As for stuff I use the red ones here. These are the thinner ones for my cutting. These are Meguiar's microfiber A6260. These will be linked all down below. 6-inch. And I use the 105 Meguiar's M105 to cut, M205 to polish. And we've got another pad over here, and also get you some microfibres. Here's the thicker one I use to polish with. It's the L5010 Meguiar's microfiber also. So we're gonna stick this on there. I'm gonna show you how to sauce the pad up, get it ready. We're gonna make this thing slicker and snot. We're gonna get out of this heat. Guys, this is actually a good thing to know how to do, because it's not if you're gonna run something, it's when you're gonna run something. Everybody runs paint. Like I said before, knowing how to fix your mistakes is 100% of the game, guys. Don't freak out, just take you a deep breath, get you ice cold sweet tea, come back the next day and fix it. Not a problem. I'd rather have too much clear than not enough, because remember, guys, runs don't rust. All right, I'm gonna show you how to sauce the pad up. Remember, we got the old burgundy. There's other companies that make this stuff. I just like this Meguiar's. You can buy it off Amazon. I'm gonna link all that. So you just center your pad on. This is Velcro. They're all centered on there. And what I do is I wash these things out, take them to the house. I wash them out with Dawn dish soap, let them dry, and bring them back, and you're good to go. So we're gonna take the good old 105, and you don't want to hog down on it. Just put your 4 or 5 little drops, and you're gonna massage it into the pad here. Just do a little massaging, because you want every one of these fibers that's standing up to be low to a compound, because it makes it go faster. Got all that. I'll put me a couple more drops on. We'll start buffing. All right, we got her sauced up. Now we're just gonna put a couple drops. One thing I do like about these, we'll do 3 for Dale. One thing I like about these DA buffers here is it don't sling that mess all over you like the rotaries do. Rotaries are good because people's gonna get me down the road about how I used the rotary for 75 years. I know I used one for 20 years. I like these better. I think these are more beginner friendly, and that's the reason I use them. I'm usually on number 4, and we'll run this in and go at it. And I'll just run over it, overlap it, back and forth about 3 times. We'll check it. All right, let's get her wipe off. Now guys, this was done real time. I didn't speed it up, slow it down, nothing like that. I just want y'all to know about how long y'all can expect it. I'll tell you what, guys, that daggone Vice Grip garage stuff buffs up like $1,000,000. What y'all think about that? That's one pass on it. Looking good. I'm gonna run over one more time. You see I got some deeper scratches. I heard a little squealer get in there, so we're gonna see if we can buff it out real quick. We'll come in here also and scratch this back up, fluff it up. Phew. Look at that, guys. That thing is slick except where I goofed it up here. Let me give me some 25, see if I can get them scratches out real quick. Go in here and just see if we can cut them. I heard a zinger get under. Must have had a piece of grit or something. That's about the only zinger in here. I think where I got it was I was holding the bottom side of the fender, probably got some grit on my hand and come up here and it put some scratches in it. Temperature must be changing. I hear the building popping. It's 101 in here right now with the air conditioner running. So we're gonna hit that again with the buffer and see if we can buff it out. We're gonna fluff it up again. And we're gonna put us some more, a couple more drops here since we cut more scratches out. Like I said, run it in there good. Here we go. What'd you learn from me? I reached in there. That's why you take all your other grits of paper out. I was like, why is this not buffing out? It usually buffs out. You know why it ain't buffing out? Because I reached down there and I grabbed the 1,000. Okay. There's always lessons for you guys for my goof ups. So, when you get to 25, make sure you take everything else out so you don't grab the 1,000. Okay, double check it. That's 2,500. Maybe this is just the Lord showing me that it wasn't slick enough and I need to get some more peel out for you guys so I can give you 1,000% here. I don't know. There's a lesson in everything. I was wondering why that thing wasn't cut and I was like, what in the world? Yep. When you get up to your last cut, take all sandpaper out except for the 25 or 3,000 or whatever you're using, or you'll be fixing it again. Okay. Now, let's try again. Fluff her up. Yeah. Got that edge right there. But I'll tell you what, guys, that's pretty dad blame slicker than snot. Remember, guys, that was a big Mondo run right there. Look at that reflectivity. Woo-wee. And what I do is I just throw it back in my sanding bucket over here where the water's at, just so it can soak up and clean a lot easier. All right, guys, same thing. A little faster with the 205 because now you're just getting that super slicker and snot finish on it. My breath. Also, your rags that you was using before, don't use them anymore, because this is finer stuff. As you go finer, you want to change the product so you're not coming back scratching and it's counterproductive. Big words like that I had to pay $5 to learn. Thick pad, sauce it up, everything's the same, running on the same speed. You don't hog down, just let the machine do the work. 205, we're gonna sauce it up really good. Work it in here. Don't get in a hurry, because this right here will speed your time up. If every one of these millions of fibers has a little compound or polish on them, it makes it a lot faster. Wipe it in on it, and this should be us right here, guys. We'll polish this, should polish up. Right, take a gander at her. Tell you what, guys, this box grip garage clear just buffs up like slicker and snot. It's just crazy how awesome this stuff buffs up. You can see my ugly mug in there. Look at that. We'll hit her one more time just for giggles, and we'll be done. Sauce it up again, lightly, a little bit on here, make sure you fluff it all back up. Alright, guys, that's good as snuff, not as dusty. Let's give her a gander. I'll tell you what, I'm pretty impressed. And what we're looking for, a lot of people's going to pick out, well, look at that spot, look at this spot. Well, we're not looking at that. We're looking at the area here where the runs were. And if you look at those lights that run down through there, we'll go over it real quick. But I'm going to tell you what, for a quick fix, guys, I don't think that's that bad. Yes, there's still a run over here. We're going to do that later some other time. But I just wanted to show you how you can get this run out, get it flat without any boo-boos. It probably wouldn't have done this if it had been an actual run, because it would have naturally ran down and I wouldn't have been trying to fill it up to get it to run, and you know what I'm talking about. But let's look at it real quick, shall we? Alrighty, had to cool the GoPro off again. So let's take a little gander here and look, see what we got. I'll tell you guys, you can look right in there, like right in here was where those runs were, that whole area. And there's hardly no deviations. There's little solvent pop places, if you ever wonder what a solvent pop looks like. That right there's what it is, little bubbles under there. The pops where I loaded that paint up. And if you can see in this run here, you see the solvent pops in that sag. That's basically what it is, where you put way too much material on too quick and the outside skims over and the solvents are trying to get out and they bubble and they ain't got nowhere to go. But yeah. How's it going? What do y'all think about that? It looks pretty good. If you want to see what it really looks like down here, see all the peel? Peel, 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 no peel. I think she looks pretty near good. What y'all think? Look at them lights down through there. Look, so you can see when we come over here to this run, this is how you tell. You don't look at the paint job, you're actually looking at what's in the reflection. Watch this light over here. You can see how where the fender rolls out, it kicks over. You can use that light to watch it when it hits this run. It goes all over the place. Or there's a little dent here. I'll show you how to catch dents and stuff if you got lights overhead. Now there's a dent right down here. Now watch the lights and stuff, the reflection. See it right there? Yep. That's how them PDR guys find stuff. Yeah, guys, I think she turned out pretty daggone good. That is turbo flat black with vice grip garage clear over top of it. Abused, that's why it's solvent pop. No fault to the clear. That stuff I had to make run. I mean, if you want a good starter clear to learn with, yeah, you gotta make it run. Well, thank you guys once again for hanging out here in this blistering hot shop with me. I really appreciate it. I wouldn't want to be down here by myself without you guys here. I appreciate it. Remember, make sure you pray for the people down in Texas, because it's going to be a long haul. Keep praying for the people up in western North Carolina. They're going through a lot, and all these other places affected by the floods. We're going to put links down to reputable places if you want to donate to them, all that good stuff. And remember, be kind to one another. Jesus loves you, so do we. God bless. We gone.